Actually guys, nakakailang take na ako kasi ang dami kong nakakalimutang sabihin. Tapos, I go off tangent. Ang dami kasi nasabi na hindi relate sa gusto kong sabihin. But anyway, nandito na naman ako kasi gusto kong pag-usapan yung mga bagay na natutuhan ko ng 30 ako. Kasi 40 na ako ngayon at papunta na sa 50. So, naisip ko, how can I impart my wisdom? Chos. Okay? Maraming mga bagay akong natutunan in my 30s. And siguro, pupuntahan ko na din yun or ko-compare ko yung 20s ko sa 30s ko para medyo mas may kabuluhan naman. At dahil nga, lagi akong na-off tangent, naisip ko, sulat natin. So if I'm referring to my phone, it's because I've written down some of the things that I want to talk about. Okay? Now, when you get to your 30s, lalo na sa late 30s mo, you start to realize a lot of things have changed in your perspective in life. Okay? Medyo nawawala na yung mga ilusyon, nawawala na yung mga... Meron pa rin mga times na delulu pa rin tayo, pero more often than not, nagkikick in na yung maturity eh. Marami ng mga bagay about adulthood that actually, brings you back down to reality. First of all, time feels different when you're in your 30s. It also feels more valuable. When you were in your 20s, malamang walwal todo ka, di ba? Gimmick dito, gimmick dyan, hanggang madaling araw. Minsan, mula trabaho, diretso gimmick, diretso trabaho ulit. Wala nang uwian, di ba? Langu-langu ka pa, papasok ka sa trabaho, may hangover. May mga ganong pagkakataon in your 20s kasi kaya pa ng katawan mo eh. Pero pagdating mo ng 30s mo, marami na rin nagbabago. And also, a lot of priorities shift. Kasi when you get to your 30s, that's when you start thinking about prioritizing family, prioritizing your personal relationships. It's no longer about just having fun. Pero dyan na rin pumapasok yung mga adult responsibilities mo. Diba? Nung 20s ka, feeling mo, uy, I'm invincible, lahat pwede kong gawin, I have all the time in the world, and then you hit your 30s and you realize, actually, you only live once. But life is short, so you need to, choose which ones you will do. You need to choose kung ano yung mga bagay na papahalagahan mo, kung ano yung mga bagay na bibigyan mo ng oras mo. Because you can't do everything. Yun. Second, relate pa rin to dun sa first, your body keeps score. Yung mga walang hanggang pagwawalwal mo nung 20s ka pa or late teens mo, 18, 19, ganyan, that's gonna take a toll on your body. Yung mga puyat, pagod, lakwatsa, yosi, inom, lahat ng yan, eventually will come back to you. Yung mga pang-aabuso mo sa katawan mo, eventually will come back to you. Yung mga bagay na dati, ang dali-dali mo lang nagagawa and you have all the energy in the world, pagdating mo ng 30, it's almost like a switch is flicked and then things change. Kaya huwag kayong magtaka kung marami kayong mga nakikitang 30 na biglang nagiging runner, biglang nagpe-pickleball, biglang nagte-take up ng mga iba't ibang hobbies to keep their physical well-being taken care of. Diba? Kasi talaga naman, pagdating mo in a certain time in your life, you realize na lumulutong na yung mga buto mo, naririnig mong lumalagotok yung mga joints mo, ganyan. When you hit your 30s, confidence also becomes quieter. Hindi ka na yung tipong nagpapa-impress. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. Hopefully, at this point in your life, meron ka ng mga napatunayan sa buhay mo that you no longer feel the need to show off or to bend backwards in order to accommodate other people. Hopefully, by this point in your life, hindi ka na yung tipong sobrang people pleaser because you feel like you need to make people like you. Diba? You have that quiet confidence in you that it doesn't matter whether they like me or not, I am who I am. When you're also in your 30s, money habits become more or matters more than your income. Kasi, syempre, well, I guess the assumption is you would have progressed on the corporate ladder, tumaas na yung sweldo mo and all that, but nandyan din yung lifestyle creep. Di ba? Hindi lahat ng lumalaki ang sweldo, ibig sabihin nakakaipon ng malaki. Kasi may mga tao na kapag ka lumalaking sweldo, lumalaki rin ang luho. And this is at the point in your life where, actually, I would say, you should start this in your 20s. As soon as you start making your own money, really, you should think about your money habits. And I am saying this from experience because I did not do this. And then I realized, I think I was around 35 years old. My husband and I, back then, fiance, we were living in Vietnam. I wasn't working. I didn't have my own income. I was financially dependent on my fiance. And he's a very generous man, okay? Wala akong naging problema dun sa ganun. But I also felt sa sarili ko na hindi tama. Ayoko nung nakadepende ako sa isang tao for my finances. I want to be able to make my own money and control how I spend it. Diba? And because wala rin akong kwenta sa pera when I was younger, paycheck to paycheck ako. Regardless kung gaano kalaki na yung sweldo ko, I would end up spending every single cent. Wala akong ipon. And that's when I realized na, huy, 35 ka na, wala ka pang ipon. And I always was justifying it with, hindi, may binabayaran akong kondo sa Makati. So, wala man akong pera sa bangko, meron akong pundar. But that's not right. Kasi, pag dumating yung point na merong emergency at kailangan mong maglabas ng pera, paano? Hindi mo naman basta-basta mababenta yung property. You have to have some money in the bank na pwede mong i-withdraw right away if an emergency occurs. And at the age of 35, I didn't have that. I felt so, parang useless and helpless at the same time. Kasi parang, ang gagawin ko pag nagkasakit ako? Hindi naman ako covered ng HMO ng husband ko. Kasi, at the time, hindi pa naman kami kasal. And I was in Vietnam as a tourist. Hindi ako employed or anything like that. Every 3 months, lumalabas ako ng bansa para mag-renew ng visa so I can stay with him. Diba? And 2 years yun. I also felt at that time na parang natanga ako kasi wala akong conversations outside of my fiancé and yung mga kaibigan niya na puti din. Kasi hindi naman ganun kagaling sa English yung mga Vietnamese, especially where we were. Diba? So parang ako, feeling ko pumurol yung utak ko in the 2 years na hindi ako nag-work, honestly. But also, more importantly, I felt like I was bound because I didn't have my financial freedom. So, naging importante sa akin as soon as I started working again at 37 when I returned here in Australia, I was like thinking, okay, I need to start thinking about retirement. And you're probably thinking, 37, iniisip mo na retirement? Yes! Why not? Because kailangan as early as now, hinahanda mo na yung sarili mo na there will come a point where you will no longer have income. Na hindi ka na, wala ka nang aasahang papasok sa buwan-buwan. So, dapat meron kang maitabi para meron kang panggastos for the rest of your life. And to be honest with you, ang life expectancy ng mga tao ngayon is that you probably have another 25 to 30 years after you retire. Think about that. 25 to 30 years after retirement. Saan ka kukuha ng panggastos mo kung hindi ka na nagtatrabaho? Dapat meron kang investments, dapat meron kang ipon. Hindi ako magkukwento too much about that kasi hindi naman ako expert dyan. But maybe you can watch Jax Reyes. He does a lot of really good finance content. Nag-promote pa ng ibang Ayan. Ito, importante to. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to, I guess, change yung mga prinsipyong dati mong pinangahawakan, especially when you are presented with new evidence. Hindi mo ikamamatay kung magbago yung isip mo o magbago yung pananaw mo sa buhay. I'll give you an example. 2015, pumutok yung tanimbala, yung pagbubukas ng Bureau of Customs ng mga balikbayan boxes, landarang pagnanakaw, and pumutok si Rodrigo Duterte. And for a while, I must admit, I was a DDS. Na talagang bilib na bilib ako, uy, sa Davao, walang krimen, walang ganyan, walang ganito, ang ganda ng nila. And then he started making jokes about women, about rape, about God. And I realized, this is all propaganda. And then, I backed Miriam Defensor Santiago. She was originally my first choice anyway, but then I was like, pag tumakbo si Duterte, kasi back then he was like, hindi ako tatakbo, hindi ako tatakbo. So I was like, Miriam ako. Then, tumakbo siya, and I was like, campaigning. In fact, this channel blew up because of campaigning for him. And then when I realized that I was campaigning for the wrong person, and I changed my mind, and I chose to campaign for Miriam, daming nagalit, daming DDS na talaga, wala kang prinsipyo, wala kang ganyan, wala kang paninindigan. Actually, on the contrary, may paninindigan nga ako, kaya ako nagpalit ng isip eh. Because I cannot, in good conscience, campaign for somebody who talks like that about women, who brags about killing people, who curses God. I can't. I just can't. Hindi kaya. So, nagbago yung isip ko, and pinanindigan ko yung pagbabago ko ng isip na yon. You can call me whatever you want to call me, I don't give a shit. Kasi, 30 na ako at that time eh. Diba? Pwede kang magbago ng isip, pwedeng magbago yung pananaw mo, pwedeng magbago yung sinusuportahan mong tao. Okay? Basta't malinis ang konsensya mo at alam mo na naninindigan ka para sa pinaniniwalaan mong tama, go ahead, change your mind. Walang limit din ang pagbabago ng isip. You can change your mind as often as you need to. Yan yung mga life lessons ko in my 30s. Kayo, kung 30 na kayo, ano ba yung mga bago nyo na didiscover tungkol sa sarili nyo? Kung papunta pa lang kayo sa 30, ano yung mga bagay na ngayon pa lang nag-worry na kayo? At kung tapos na kayo sa pagiging 30 at 40 na rin kayong kagaya ko, meron ba kayong mga maibabahaging words of wisdom dun sa mga mas nakababata sa atin na ngayon pa lang pinagdadaanan yung mga pinagdaanan natin? Comment kayo sa baba.